So I had been riding with a group earlier in the day, and everybody went back to camp and was just kind of calling it quits for the day. I, of course, still wanted to go out and ride, so I took off by myself. Just going to do a short ride before sunset. You can see the sun's getting low here. I was playing around with my suspension, trying to change things and see if I could get a better setting for myself, which I didn't. I turned everything back to where it was. But I was having a good time. It was nice and cool and nobody around. Just the way I like it. It was right about here I saw a little tiny track going through this little tiny canyon. I thought, that looks like fun. Let's do it. As you can see, when I tried to get going again, I almost instantly started to dig a hole with almost no throttle. But I didn't think anything of it, and I was starting to make progress getting out of it, so I didn't think it was a big deal. I kept thinking, man, am I in first? Because this should be really easy to just get up and over. It was right about here that I thought, I got this. This is no big deal. Again, nope. What the fuck is going on? Still thinking I'm not in first. Wait, am I in first gear? So I thought I'd try the old pull the bike over and break up the hole, try and make a little ramp in front of the tire, see if I can get up a little easier. And I should be able to do this. It didn't look that hard. Of course, the bush wasn't too happy that I crashed into it, so it's giving me a hard time. Wait, did I check to see if I was in first? It was about here I realized that the tire wasn't even spinning, and it was cooling the engine. I knew something was drastically wrong. I know this doesn't really show it, but that chain, it wouldn't move. It was so tight, I couldn't even get a 0.5 millimeter worth of travel out of it. It was just jammed in there. So, time to inspect everything. It was weird because I didn't see any rocks or pebbles or anything stuck underneath the chain or in the chain guide or anything like that. So I was a little stumped at why it was so jammed up. Here I am taking a peek to see how far I am from camp. Luckily, it wasn't too far.
Oh, I didn't even realize I was filming, but I seem to have gotten myself in trouble here. Chain's locked up. It's sucked in a couple of small pebbles in the back. Chain's as tight as can be. It won't even rotate. looks like the front's okay. It's something in the rear. So either I could try and rotate it backwards to try and get it out of there. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I think I'm going to have to take off the axle and loosen it up to try and get some slack. And then this is why I carry tools and all the stuff on my side paddle, my side bags. Damn, well, might as well make myself comfortable. I'm going to be here for a little bit. Yeah, I blew this one. I got kicked off somehow. I wanted to come up here. I came up here. Stuff is incredibly soft. Of course, you saw I crashed into the bush here. Lost my momentum and dug a hole. And I think that's when it, oh yeah, chains pulled back right on the back of the ring there. All right, well, let's break out the tools and get this thing free.
I had this happen to me once before. All I had to do was loosen up the chain adjusters and put the chain back on, and it wasn't a big deal.
I think I'm gonna keep the axle in and just loosen up the chain adjusters. It's got to be one of these. Is it this one? 12? No. Ah, there it is.
So I was just barely able to rotate this adjuster bolt. It was that tight and had that much tension on it. But I could do it, and I loosened it up all the way, and I went over to the other side to do that one.
Uh-oh. That's so freaking tight. It's not working. Shit. That's amazing. Feels like this is actually flexing so much it's spinning. Let's see if I can just take this side off, the tension off of this side, and then hopefully it'll do something for the other one. It's not going evenly on either side, but at least it just takes tension off.
So I got the right side adjuster to be completely slack, and it didn't help.
It hasn't let off any tension.
You can see here at the top of the sprocket and at the bottom of the sprocket, the chain is seated correctly on the chainring. But at the back, it's pushed up and is actually sitting on the little tine of the chainring against the roller. So it's off one whole tooth from the top of the chainring to the bottom of the chainring.
Shit.
So after looking at it really carefully, I could see that there was no rocks anywhere. But there was one spot where there was just nothing but rock powder. That's the one that jumped the chain. So I started to think about all the things I could do. I could take off the master link, try and break the chain that way, but there was way too much tension for me to be able to take that off. I thought maybe I could take off all the chain guides, and that might help me give the chain some slack or some movement.
I wonder if I shouldn't take off.
But I couldn't get those off either. They were kind of mashed on.
Chain guide too.
So there really was not much else I could do. I was basically getting to the point of being stuck here.
Oh, this isn't good. Oh, you can see camp down there. It's going to be quite a walk. I wonder if I shouldn't try and get the axle out. That would definitely release the tension, but I don't know if I can get that out. Wow. Yeah, there's so much tension on that, it's not even sliding through.
So, what do you do when you don't have a hammer? Well, you find a rock. Yes, I went caveman on my motorcycle. And it kind of worked. I got it to move down about a ½ inch, but there was so much tension I couldn't get it to move anymore.
Oh, hey! Is it enough to get into there? Oh. Wow! I'm actually bending the adjustment screw. Can you see that? It's so jammed in there. It will not let go. Well, I think I might be going for a bit of a walk. Oh! If I can learn how to sit. Yeah, that's probably a mile away. I mean, it's not that big a deal, but I guess I'll take my GPS, I'll mark it here, and I'll go get some help. All right, well, I don't know if you can see that whitish area. That's where everybody's camped out. Might as well start walking. Oh, damn, I need the GPS. Otherwise, I'll never be able to find the bike again. That's funny. Most important thing, and I didn't bring it. Put my goggles on, and the wind's getting cold. Well, I know it was bound to happen sooner or later. That I was going to get stuck and something was going to break. And now, mind you, the bike didn't break. I mean, it wasn't the bike's fault. If anything, it was my fault. What the hell is that? Huh. It's a tin can lid. Paint lid. Yeah, that was my fault. Dug a hole too deep. Well, first it was my fault for crashing. And then I dug a hole too deep that went all the way past the axle. And the chain just sucked up little bits and pieces of rock, and that's all it takes. So I can't blame the bike, I gotta blame myself. Still walking. Gotta get up and over. I'm gonna go around this mountain, but just up and over this little mountain, and still a little ways to go. I could hear people riding all over the place, but I haven't seen anybody. Not that it matters. I mean, they can't really help out. Unless they just happen to have a bunch of tools or something. Anyway, keep going. I was just thinking, I don't know, the sun's going down. It's going to get late and dark pretty soon. I might just leave the bike there tonight and go for it tomorrow morning, although these guys have a race tomorrow, and I don't want to disturb their race, so I guess I could always get some tools and just walk back. Hopefully fix it. So weird in the desert how something looks so close. Like I thought, that's probably a mile away. Oh, it's probably 2 or 3 miles away. But distances can be very deceptive in the rain. In the desert. Yeah, still walking. You can see it's down that way. Yeah, I'm curious to see what more bones. What the mileage is, how far that was. I'll have to look on the GPS at one point. I'll put it up on screen. Oh, but we're definitely getting close. Now it looks like a quarter mile. It always looks like a quarter mile, half mile. All right, we'll get there. Yeah, still walking. You can tell the sun's just about to go down and it's getting cloudy. Oh, the moon's up. Still looks like camp's a quarter mile away. Yeesh. I don't know, I'm really curious to see how far I've walked. Probably not as bad as I think, maybe 3 or 4 miles, something like that. But yeah, I'll definitely put it up on the screen for you guys to see. All right, well, I forgot to put the camera on while these guys help me get the bike going again. These are 2 guys from camp, a race. 2 side-by-sides, one's in front of me, one's behind me. Tried a couple things. Nothing worked. We could not get the thing loose, get the chain loose. So he just put it in gear, in first gear, and floored it and just kind of dropped the clutch, and it was enough to get the chain back going again. So I don't know if it just had enough time to sit there. Oh. Woo. And the chain relaxed enough, or I loosened it enough, the tension and stuff, but it did pop it out and it got itself cleared. So although I am riding right now, we did take off the master link, lock. So hopefully my chain doesn't go flying. I really hope not. I kind of destroyed the master link. So a little worried about that, but I'm just kind of putting along here. We're heading to the main road, and we'll make it back to camp. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this guy's help. Anyway, all's good. I knew this was bound to happen one day, and luckily it just happened while I was close to camp. Oh, I think it was a 3-mile hike. Just about 3 miles. So not too bad. And it's weird riding right now because I don't have my, I don't have my boots on. I have my sneakers on. And I don't have earplugs in, which is really strange. I never ride without earplugs. So, with the both of those, I'll make it back. Anyway, see you guys.